All right, June the 2nd,
Yes,
we got a public meeting, Ron.
yes, go roll, Gary. Public hearing.
Okay, we got the public hearing started. It's on the grant that we're trying to get. Sewer, we line the sewers. You okay? Anyway, that's what the grant's for. It's a public hearing. What has to happen, we have to realign the sewer pipes. It's mandated by the state. If we don't do it, it will eventually costing every person on the sewer system a lot of money. But it is a process. What is the total on that, Ronnie?
Seen that, I think it's 630 plus our, 760,000 total.
These are things that has to be done. It's not that we want to do them, but we have so much water going, fresh water going into the sanitary sewers that every time it rains, it wipes the plant out, overloads it. And the dials record how much water we're getting. And so every time the state does inspection, they see that and we get the letter for it. So this is what's happening. So any comments from anybody?
One thing that is Amo Coatesville Conservancy District, money,
Yes.
the town of Coatesville will never dime it.
We don't have the money in it. We just have to have our name on it because we're the ones getting the grant. Well, the town of Coatesville is not paying anything on it. It's the sewer department. Okay, any comments? Anybody want to know? When we do that, I do know this, it will be a lengthy thing. It's going to take several months. What we're going to do, first of all, is probably try to figure out where the worst spots are and go there. We have a lot of them in the water ditches, low areas. So it's going to take quite a long time. Sure, hear that?
All right.
Okay, so anything else, Ron? All right, go on to the board meeting then. It will be 7/7. Okay. The minutes,
Ready for the May 5th minutes?
yes,
Okay, there is one correction, the address. Jerry asked Eric to send a letter to the property address at 7954. I had Main, it should be, Hayden Street. So that is one correction. Other than that, I want to ask that the minutes be approved as written.
I'll make a motion to approve that. I second it.
thank you, Jimmy.
Well, okay.
Okay, of course, we had a Okra meeting, a site visit. That was the 21st of May. It's about the same thing. That was Jerry White and Ken and Amy. So we did have that meeting. Trash bin cameras up and working. Everything seems to be okay. The last meeting, I said, we talked about a mural. The mural was turned down, this building by the owners. So basically, the town just gave up on it. A&D Hardware, which is a building right over here. They said they would like to have the mural on the side of their building. So A&D, Aaron Montgomery, has okayed it. He's dealt with them out of my hands. They're going to put it on that building. It's going to be probably next week they'll start. the town of Coatesville. These folks are gonna go, the queues are coming. And what that is, when they get the mural done, the 21st June from 10 to 2 at the hardware building, there is gonna be all the folks from 5 different towns invited to look at that mural. And yeah, it's gonna be a traffic problem. I don't know how many people will be there, but assuming it might be quite a few. Probably play it by ear, see what it is. Okay, we got 2 ditch works that are going right now. We got one on Bontress and one for down on Milton Street. Both of them are being worked right now by David Quinn. I think we might be done with the one on Bontress tomorrow. Looks good. A lot of dirt, a lot of mud. I think it's gonna be really good. The income survey was done. 510 and 512 was done by me. We are mandated to get 60 persons. I think I ended up with 79. So the LMI come in at 60%. So that's where it is. And that'll be good for 5 years. So it's all done. So thank God that it's done. Thing I got 8-ball thrown at me today was I've been talking to Sarah Hines at the Danville Rural Farm Development. I met her at May the 20th, about 10 o'clock, and we did a total survey of Brian's field. And they recognized that is their problem, like you said. All that water is coming out on both ends, it's coming out on their end. Curtis's end, all them old pipes in there. They got these surveys and find them. She said she didn't know she had records. But so that might be difficult. I took her down by the Curtis's and showed her that concrete thing we put in there. And she said that looked like to her that just what needed to happen. And so that's what they're looking about doing. But right now she got to get with an engineer staff. And of course, it's like a lot of things, engineers have to write it up. And at the same time, when that happens, we got to get back with the county to work on the box culvert on Milton Street. So 2 of them will go together, and it's going to be an awful lot of work. But the water right now is flooding 2 homes on Milton Street, probably 3 or 4 on Main Street. So then today, when I called her to find out how everything was going, I talked to another lady who says she no longer works here. Believe it.
Got transferred.
Gone.
Well, she was temporary.
They say she's gone. They said they will try to call her to find out what she's done. And it's gonna be somebody in their office who's gonna call me tomorrow. And so then we'll get back tomorrow. And I don't know anymore after that. Because I lost my number 1, so that's the way it is. And
You work for the federal government, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
so who else we get, I don't know. You might know more people over than you do.
Well, it depends on if she was let go or is transferred, because she was originally temporary anyway. But with all the,
They acted like it was let go.
yeah, so she may have,
She's knowledgeable when I was talking to her about the whole
she's
situation.
she's a very nice person.
And she said she worked with us, and I took her up there and showed her up behind our transformer. And she said she'd like to do that. Same thing down here. But engineer had to sign on.
Be safe.
Have a good one, bud.
Yep.
Don't let the heat get the best of you.
I hope not.
So we'll just see what happens. Okay, our signs on 75. Ken Smith let them expire, now you've got to reapply.
I mean, flashers.
If you had a flasher. So I did have a phone call from him today and for some reason he didn't answer, so I don't have any more. But like today, when the flashers were on where somebody crossed, I wanted to see if the brake lights would come on anybody's vehicles. Guess what? No. Absolutely no.
Like that.
So it is what it is, but like Ron said, we do the best we can. If somebody gets killed there, at least we've done what we can do. That's all we can do. And the rest is up to the state. But I hope it never happens, but it sure has come awful close a few times. So we'll work on it. All right. That's about what I got. You got anything, Ron?
I've got some.
You got a
ordinance
bunch.
to sign. One is the ordinance established an ordinance violation bureau for the town of Coatesville, Indiana. There. And this one here is, the second one is town of Coatesville illegal recycling bin dumping ordinance number 25-6.2. It goes in detail of what's about the dumping and the penalty of $2,500 for being breach occurrence.
One page. Yeah, two people going in.
Thanks, sir.
Need to get a copy of that recycle bin ordinance to send the state to get in the system.
Fix you right up.
Chris is gone. Jim?
The only thing I really got is, just so you guys are aware of the new camera systems that were installed, helped, solve a theft package. So it's nice that the cameras were there, identified subject, and were able to retrieve the article and charge its owner.
That's what we're going for. Help out. What we can do. Glad it worked. Steve, anything? Fire department? Yeah, one run, two runs.
Update runs, we're at 202 for the year right now. Total run, one for the month.
Okay, you've already had one, and that's a person burning trash
Thank you.
in their backyard.
Thank you.
And by the way, we were told not to burn the trash by the county. Because I called a woman today to tell her that. So I did notice that it was being cleaned up today. Well,
We done burn it on that.
she was asking me if there was a fine in it. I said, I didn't know anything about a fine. I said, as long as he gets it cleaned up, but it's a shame. So we'll see what happens. Okay, anything else? Yes, ma'am.
It's 75.
Yes, I can't. The town of Coatesville has no authority, zero, none. It's county. And you know, and I know, we've had the county out there. What did they ever do?
What's the matter with it? That take the county to say something's wrong with it?
The county has seen, we got another one right over here. Same thing. Okay,
In fact, somebody set some trash out there the other day. I guess they think that's a town dump. My neighbor. It's.
Well-
You'd want to look at that every day.
and I say, I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit, but town of Coatesville has no authority. Zero.
Somebody came up here to this.
Huh?
Somebody came up here to this.
Which one?
We had a weed. They cut down in some cars. They turned the paper. Had to cut down a weed. Some cars,
Best thing to do, like we did up there,
put some cars out there.
no, call the board up. Stay
There's probably rats and everything else over there.
stay on board.
Have you seen the rats?
I don't want to see them. There's everything else over there.
I will give you a lady's card right now. And she's a real nice lady, and she's Board of Health. Women, for some reason, I said this before, I shouldn't say it. Women at Danville seem to get more done.
Women do get more done.
So
Hey, speak up.
I don't know about that.
Call her. You got on that real quick.
And something else. I'll bet you a jump onto this. On the east side of me, that yard, there's a tree half dead. And it's leaning over onto your light pole with a transformer. A big wind, they'll tear it down. And onto my house.
On to whose house?
Onto my house.
Is the tree dead?
You see all those dead limbs in it.
Is the tree, yeah, I asked you, is the tree dead?
Yes, there's dead limbs in there. You go
No,
around.
no, I asked you if the tree was dead.
Part of it.
Okay,
You go over there and look at the
if
bottom of
that
it.
tree is dead, your insurance covers it. If that tree's alive, it's on you. I'll go look at it. I have no problem with that, but I'm just telling you that's the way it's set, because I've already dealt with it.
When something could be done about it. Before it happens.
Yes, ma'am, really. Well, I'll go look at it. I just got one here, when they remind me.
I guess the same tree.
It's down there.
This tree is not close to anything in the town. But I'm supposed to get it trimmed.
Well, do you want one here on your pole and your transformer to go out? Maybe next winter,
I don't
50
think,
degrees below.
right now I check them weekly. I don't know of any instance close to hurting our poles.
Yeah, that's some down on Montrose or Julia Roberts.
He tells me that.
Cast
They did
right in front of that big barn tree.
Oh, that,
Got my power line goes right through there.
yeah.
Feeds my house, so.
The biggest expense and the problem we have with the power lines and trees, biggest expensive trees. And then the worst time we have is this time of year when the ground's soft. It's worse. But yeah, we've got two guys that gotta start cutting down. We have a company that's coming in. Our own company, IMPA, is due to start any time. We're gonna put in new poles and do a whole lot of that work. That's part of Comcast. Comcast is here in Coatesville. They've done all this underground boring. And now they're going to start going overhead. And I think we got 17 poles. And
Behind my property.
yeah, it's going then. And then everything on the pole has to go. Everything comes back new. And what I'm gonna try, told Ronnie today, I'm gonna try to see if they'll take some poles for us. Since they're here, we'll see. Trees are a pain in the butt. I got one over on Broadway that gentleman, real nice guy, and he died right over here. And he said he had one tree on his property. Please don't take it out. So I didn't. And it's a pear tree, you know, how fast they grow. And it grew up through there and then part of it broke off and fell on the house. Now I'm gonna go take the tree down. Things happen. Things happen. Anything else? Yes, sir.
Question about possibly bringing up like lines head on Main Street from the center of town out to 75.
Let's stop right there. No, I'm talking, not you. You're not talking now.
Let's talk.
You're not now.
I won't.
You want to leave?
I would.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, anybody that writes this crap out and say it on camera, to knock the town of Coatesville and beat up on the people of Coatesville
Re-request.
and place right down there. Okay,
Re-request.
are them cars have license
What?
plates? I am not getting any request to you.
That's fine.
You know, you think it's fun to go around here and, yeah, it is. And telling people that maybe it was after you because you would not do that before.
And then you selectively choose who you do it.
There you go. That's exactly what you
You
accused me.
selectively choose who gets the.
Sir.
Excuse what?
We're not you, we had the county at your place, right? They're probably 2 years.
Okay, you got the same one.
What did you do?
You got the same one, different one. What they do.
What did you
It was
do?
brought up last meeting.
What did you, I'm just asking, what did you do?
Same exact day that they were written up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They gave me, what was it, Ronnie?
Last meeting, it was dismissed and this is a rephrase of.
You are going to get your cars, Jimmy, what is it? No license plates, they won't run.
License plates, insurance.
That's not on the town of Coatesville. That's on Henry County. I'm just telling you what the man.
But I also know that the county ordinance doesn't have a specified number of vehicles. It says abandoned vehicles. And so when you walk around this town and you notice any other
Oh.
house, wait a second.
I know.
You can't selectively choose who you, what, right, so, hold on, I'm talking to him.
Okay.
Thank you. You cannot selectively choose who you pick to write up and then dismiss others just because of where their house is located. You may not drive past their house every single day.
Well, we call a lot of them into the county.
Now, and I thought,
Yes, sir.
we've had complaints on your house. We turned it into the county. We're out of it. It's up to you and the county now.
But you're not out of it.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
How are we still in it?
Have you had complaints about neutral on the road?
Yes,
In the past, yes.
And what was the discussion that was brought up last meeting about neutral on when neutral on was brought up? The phrase, please don't, was the response when it was brought up.
Nutrilon, last I seen in Nutrilon, they come in and said they was gonna sue me. And I said, well, it's why we have lawyers. That was turned over to the county. As a matter of fact, maybe that went to the state. But I mean, after it's turned over to them, we know nothing. Zero.
Okay, so what does my concerns of the town have anything to do with anything else?
Oh, somebody's gotta look at that.
I'm speaking to you.
I'm speaking to you, I do.
Keep it, got it, please.
You're not part of the board. I don't have to address you.
You don't have to address him.
I don't.
But what's all this? That's addressing him.
There's two separate items
No,
there.
no,
You
no.
Look at that. Concerns are a
It's the
state.
same thing,
A state.
it's the same thing
Isn't it?
about the field with the water.
You don't have anything to do with me.
Brian Stevenson is a very good friend of mine, personally. I don't do that to friends. I don't go behind their back.
Disrespectful to any, you can ask Ron when I came in here and spoke with him. I never once was belligerent, out of line.
This is disrespectful to the
No,
town
it's
people.
not.
Yeah, absolutely
We
is.
had 3 items that would save me.
Disrespectful.
and the community.
Property that is.
That's not your property.
It's right away, you had to protect it.
Is it public?
That
Is it public? Is it public?
That's Duke
Duke
Energy.
Energy.
Is it public?
No, sir.
Access, yes, it's owned by the town.
It's owned by the town, but it's leased, or leased to Duke Energy,
Is it public?
which they have power lines and electrical equipment. They don't want anybody back there messing around.
Even do that. I don't have to explain what I'm doing.
There you go. You don't have to find that.
Well, what was you doing?
I have to explain to you what
I'm asking you.
Am I on property or not? Did I ever step off of public property?
No, I wasn't there.
Right,
Anything else you'd like to add?
yeah.
We've got your concerns, okay? We'll take them under advisement.
Which ones were you discussing? The item that's numbered or the three separate ones that are numbered?
The three separate ones.
Just so you're aware of it, I tried all weekend to get a hold of people. There's not a contact to get a hold of anybody in town as far as access after hours along those lines. But there's two kids that I know of right now that have tried to reach down, and there's a cottonmouth right there in that drainage that I called. The non-emergency number, try to get a hold of them. I talked to the Department of Wildlife over the weekend, and I also talked to the Animal Control. I got pictures of it right now. I got a trap down there trying to catch it and hopefully keep somebody from getting down in there. Two kids have already admitted that they tried to reach down and grab it. Whose responsibility is that?
If you've seen it, why wouldn't it be yours?
Because it's not my asset. That would be your maintenance.
We don't take care of animals like that. You call animal control,
And I did.
they take care of
And I did.
it. Okay, we're done.
Okay.
Next time, call the sheriff's department, see if they'll come out.
After hours, if it's not a 911 issue, you call it non-emergency. The same way you do with any other.
You call 911.
Steve, if there's any other concern in the town, you call a non-emergency, it gets directed to who?
You can call 911. They're open 24/7.
Correct. And so is the non-emergency.
So make your choice.
And I did. So now I'm bringing the town aware of it, that
Okay,
it's
we're
been brought
aware.
to notice.
You could also contact the Department of Natural Resources.
They forwarded me to the Department of Wildlife Resources, and I left them a message, and never responded, that they ever called back. I got the call logs on my phone to prove that I spoke with them.
Are you guys done?
Anything else?
So I got quite a bit of stuff, but you're gonna just dismiss it.
If you're gonna sit here and rattle on, yes. we have
I
everything
was
to do.
speaking calmly when I first started speaking. I waited my turn, let everybody else speak. I was being
You
civil.
did answer my question. What would you do my house?
I was walking on public right, on a public town-owned parcel that runs behind your property. And I explained to you that day.
Yeah, but why, I mean, why would you even there?
I don't have to tell you what I was there.
Okay.
You asked me what I was doing?
You said you was concerned about the drainage,
There you
the
go. That's what you told
the
her.
grass growing up back there, that's what you told me. But why is it bothering you?
When it grows up, Brock goes and broke Moses.
Yeah, I didn't understand why it was bothering you. I don't even think anybody can see it back there,
He's searching for things to find, to complain,
but I don't know anything that's wrong with it.
because he's had his feelings hurt because the
No, I have
county's
nothing to do with
on.
feelings, Jim. I'm not on this getting irrational.
We're not irrational.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What, did you find a problem with it?
Yep.
What is the problem? Can I ask?
Sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to.
If you know what the problem is, and we live back there,
Mhm.
what is the problem we have missed?
I didn't put anything on you.
I know, but what problem did you find?
Do you have anything to do with the field that runs behind your property? The tillable field? Well, no.
What's it? It's got a waterway in it.
What is it to you then?
Yeah, I mean, if
What is anybody else's property to anybody
it
else?
doesn't concern me, there was,
It's the same thing for everybody. to do.
I don't,
If it's an easement, then whoever owns the easement.
it's not
That's right.
even, it's on Brian, it's on their
The
field.
Okay.
It comes right down to where,
county put the waterway in the field north of us.
yeah. And it is maintained. Brock does maintain it. Right now it's high, but it slows things down. We're thankful it's there. I didn't know if there was a problem that you found a problem that needed to be addressed, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Understand why there's an issue of somebody walking.
Well, if it's not your property, then you
It-
shouldn't be on it, basically.
Is it town property?
Even if it's town property
Right.
and somebody owns the easement right away to it.
It's not posted in any way for no access on that property for
You know,
anybody.
people get a little upset when they see people walking around their property, not on their property,
Right.
but around, because they're nosing for something.
Ask them if I ever stepped off the center of that lane.
We just don't understand what you just right away.
This is some, you don't get the point, do you? Oh, I definitely got the point. Because that concern of water has nothing to do with you. The town's taken part on that and done quite a bit of work to it.
So maybe.
So if you got.
Maybe I would give them. Motivated. I think that's the correct incentive was motivated.
Okay, you get motivated and take away your junk.
You get motivated and worry about your stuff, like the weeds that run down alongside of your building that are grown up.
Yeah, they're gonna be weeded
It
and
doesn't matter if
sprayed.
they're going to be, the fact is that
Okay.
they're there.
This discussion is over. Does town board have anything else to?
No, we are
Discuss.
done.
We're done.
Vote. Well, have a nice day.